Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm sure you all are doing great. I'm sure you all are taking good care of yourself and your family members. And at the same time, I'm sure you all are reading books. I'm also reading books. So you see, the books are made up of text. There are so many texts in a book. And all these texts are put under some structures. And these structures are called text structures. So today my lesson is on text structures. Okay, now what is text structure? Well, text structure refers to how the information in a written text, that is book, is organized. We all read books. We read textbook, we read magazine, we read books, we read newspaper, etc. And all these are text. And this is an important skill a student must know. Okay? Now, these texts are written by the authors mainly for three purposes. And they are first, to make an argument, second, is to inform, and third is tell a story. Okay, so these are the three purposes. So, in order to achieve these purposes, the authors or the writers use one of these text structures. And these text structures are first, description, second, sequence, process, instruction, third, cause and effect, fourth, compare and contrast, fifth, problem and solution. Now, these are the five different text structures. So please have a look at all these five text structures. And after that, we are going to do one by one with some examples. And these are just my own example. If you Google it, you will get more examples. Okay, so I want you to search the internet and find more examples of all these text structures. Okay, now first of all, we have the description. Okay, by looking at the word itself, you will get some idea what this text is all about. Okay, now description. This text provides detail or characteristic of something. It can be a person or thing or event or place or animal, etc. So many things. Okay, so it describes. So let us look at an example. I have a pet dog. His name is Apso. By looking at his name, you can know he is Apso. His hair is as white as snow. He is 1 feet tall. His 2 ears are straight. He has one protruding tooth, and it makes him feel sad. He has a very shrill voice. When he barks, all the animals near him run away. He loves playing with me on the yard, and when he gets tired, he takes out his long tongue. Okay, now this is an example of description. If you look at the internet, you will find more such examples. Okay, this is just a small. Okay, by looking at this example, you will get some idea. Now here, this text provides the characteristic or it describes a particular, for example, in this case, a particular animal. Okay, so this is a description, and whenever you write a descriptive, which is text, please make sure that you are going to use different kind of adjectives. Okay, yes. So let us move on to the next one, and the second is sequence, process, instruction. All these come under same. Okay, yes. So by looking at the word, okay, you will get some idea. First one is sequence, one by one. Second one is process. Third one is instruction. Okay, yes. So this text provides chronological event. Okay, one by one, and a list of steps in a process. Okay, so this type of text is called sequence. Okay, let us take an example. I have here one small paragraph. Okay, if you look at the paragraph, internet, you will find more example. Now this is the example. Momo can be made easily. First of all, prepare a dough and leave it for some time. In the meantime, chop some onions, meat, and coriander. Put masalas and mix it well. After that, take out the dough and make small rounds like this. Then put a portion of mixture in it and cover it. Finally, put all the momos in a steamer and cook for 15 minutes. Your momo is ready. Okay, now this type of text is called sequence. And right now it talks about a process. What process? A process of making momo. Okay, yes. So in this type of text, it's important for you to use the transitional words. Okay, for example, first of all, after that, then, finally. Now these are the list of steps. Okay, so this is the second type of what you say text structure. And now let us move on to the third one. And the third one is cause and effect. Okay, there is one cause, and the cause has this effect. We have one effect, and the effect, its main cause is this and that. Okay, so this type of text is called cause and effect. Now, let us see what cause and effect text is. This text shows the reason for the outcome of a situation. Why this and this happen. Okay, for example, like this. I have one example written. You can also Google it and find more example. My friend always spends time studying. Every day, when other students are in deep sleep, he gets up and reads a book. Not only that, in the class, he asks his teachers if he does not understand. He does all his homework on time. He also helps those who are weak in studies. On Sundays, he goes to school temple and prays. Consequently, he always tops in all the subjects and bags first position in my class. Okay, now this is an example of how cause and effect text structure look like. Okay, so when you come across or when you start writing cause and effect, what should I say, writing, please make sure that you use words like because, result, led to, consequences, because all these words can be used under this cause and effect. Okay, so please have a look. Okay, moving on to the next one, that is compare and contrast. Okay, now this text talks about similarities and differences. It may be about people or place or animal or thing like this. Okay, let us take an example. Both flu and COVID-19 are diseases caused by a virus. They attack our lungs and cause us to cough. Unlike the flu, COVID-19 is more life-threatening. There is no vaccine to cure this disease. This disease has caused lots of deaths all over the world. Okay, now this is an example of compare and contrast. Okay, there are some similarities and there are some differences. Okay, so when you write this, okay, try to use words like however, although, both, unlike, alike, like this. When you come across this text structure, try to look for some of the important words. Definitely, you will find some of these words that I have mentioned here. Okay, so this is compare and contrast. And next, we have problem and solution. Now, problem and solution. This text gives an information about a problem, first problem, and then explain one or more solutions in order to get rid of that problem. Okay, yes. So let us read an example. Few months back, I always got late to my office, and because of this, my promotion was withheld. This caused lots of problem for me, so I tried to solve the problem. First of all, I set alarm clock half an hour earlier. Next, instead of auto, I took metro. Finally, I stopped talking with people on the road. Now I always get on time and I enjoy my promotion. Okay, so this is an example of problem and solution. First of all, you are given one problem, and then after that, you were given one or two solutions in order to get rid of that problem. Okay, this is a problem solution. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of my lesson. My lesson is on text structure. So let us try to recapitulate what we have learned in this video. Okay, we have talked about text structures. Okay, the writers, they write books with three purposes. Okay, the first purpose is to make an argument. Second purpose, to inform. Third purpose is to tell a story. So in order to achieve these purposes, the authors use one of these text structures. And these text structures are description, sequence, process, instruction, cause and effect, compare and contrast, problem and solution. Okay, students. So this text structure can be also applied in all the books, whether it is in Tibetan or English or Hindi. Right? So whenever you come across any kind of text, please try to identify, okay, these text structures like this. Now, I'm just going to give you one small assignment, okay? Whether you try to give one example of one of these text structures, or you can write one example of one of these text structure. You can write on description or cause and effect or compare and contrast or problem like this. So please try at least one of these homeworks. Okay, now while you go through my video lessons, I may have made so many mistakes. So I want you to refer to the internet. You may ask your teachers if there is some doubts or not. If I made some mistake, please forgive me. Thank you.